welcome back to the Key West News Hour. I am your host, Guy DeBoer, and joining us in the studio this morning is Mr. Mark Peterson. Mark is from Big Pine Key, and Mark, you've been involved with the Big Pine House of Music, and you're looking to reopen that as a music venue, are you not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you.
Your first time in the KONK studios.
Appreciate it.
And we do KONK, K-O-N-K, and I understand the venue that you're looking to open, you actually called Conch'z, which is C-O-N-C-H with a Z.
That's correct.
Tell us about your plans and goals for opening up this venue, because Big Pine is in desperate need. The Middle Keys is in desperate need of a quality entertainment area, is it not?
Well, actually, we started the House of Music back in 2004. I'm a musician, and two of our other musicians in a band called Angus Bangus was Kathleen and Angus. So as a band, we came across a restaurant called Shark's Reef, which had two distinct bars and two stages, an outdoor amphitheater.
Because that's actually a large location, is it not?
It is. It's a half an acre of commercial property. Like I say, two bars, two stages, indoor and outdoor. And we fell in love with the place and did a lot of improvements. We actually booked several national bands, including 10,000 Maniacs, A Flock of Seagulls, The Romantics, and Poco. And we really wanted to put our name on the map really quick. But as partnerships typically go, I had to leave back in 2005 and terminated my share in the business. And they unfortunately went belly up, and I came back and renegotiated the lease, and since then I've been involved in restructuring the building.
Now, you've been working on the redevelopment, but here in the Keys, that creates a little difficulties. Why is that?
Well, many people blame it solely on the building department, although it is difficult sometimes to get permits and get the ball rolling. But I think it's just you have only so many places or so many contractors down here to deal with. And so typically it takes a while to get bids and things like that when you get the ball rolling. Unfortunately, the building was extremely old. It was built in 1969 as a laundromat, and it evolved to several different businesses, including the Gangplank, the Black Swan, Dick's Bayside, and House of Music, and then finally, what I'm going to call it is Conch'z. But the building has to be brought up to code.
Now, what's sort of your timeline of thinking that you're going to be able to get this concept into fruition? When do you think you can open it?
Well, realistically, we have to open it within the next 6 to 8 months, because if in a building such as this, if you do so much improvements to it, it's greater than 49%, then you have to bring the building up to floodplains. Now, obviously, we're not going to raise the building 2 feet.
And that does create problems. So when you think about the Conch'z concept, what are you trying to? What's your vision? What are you trying to deliver as a product?
Well, because it is a half an acre commercial property, we've got an outdoor amphitheater, a back bar, and a front bar and restaurant. My concept is to essentially have something for everyone. What we're looking at now is having a seafood restaurant in the front, which includes an all-you-can-eat buffet, soup, salad, pasta, and dessert. And then in the back, it's going to be more of a tiki environment.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said the lessons learned, you did a partnership. Is this new concept, Conch'z, solely your own?
Well, actually, the name of the business was thought of for my daughter. I toyed around with a bunch of different ideas, like Conch'z Rock Cafe. My daughter laughed at that. She said, "Dad, why don't you just call it Conch'z?"
The kids grow up and start having their own ideas.
Yes, they do. So anyway, she came up with a name, and the Z was simply to be something different. Conch'z, obviously, we want to attract some of the tourist activity coming down US 1. But C-O-N-C-H apostrophe Z implies possession. We want this to be a locals place. It's got to sustain us through the off-season.
And that is important to being able to do that. Now, you are a musician, or have you started, or are you working in a new band now?
Absolutely. About a year ago, I got together with 3 other players, Peter Janis, Paul Weston, and Johnny Otis. And we do a lot of work. On Tuesdays we do practice, Thursdays we do rehearsals, and typically book out on the weekends. And we've been playing mostly up in the Middle Keys Marathon.
And what's the name of the new band?
It's called A Twist of 8.
And well, you've got 4 band members. Where's the 8 come from?
Good question. Actually, when I get the restaurant, it will evolve into an 8-man band.
That's a large group. Well, how do you see the musicians? In other words, how do you bring this together?
Well, a twist of 8, it's a reflection of my whole life, which has been a twist of fate. And the number 8, if you take it outside, you twist it, it's a sign of infinity. And we're going to be establishing a website called the Infinity Club.
And so what sort of music concept do you play under?
Right now we play a wide variety, everything from Neil Diamond to Stone Temple Pilots and everything in between. And the idea is to appeal to obviously a wide variety of people.
So you're playing a lot of cover music?
It's all covers. I do have one record that produced with Angus Bangus, and several of the songs that I wrote specifically I'm going to reproduce.
And when you look at this whole thing coming together, since you're talking about a venue with more than one stage, could you possibly have multiple bands of music going on at the same time? We will.
Depending, obviously, that's going to take a while to evolve the business, but my goal is to have entertainment as long as we're open, front and back.
Now, do you have a concept of or an idea of who the chef might be for the new? Because you're talking about food also.
Absolutely. Well, seafood, we're taking up where a place called Monty's left off. Monty's was down in Summerlin, and he eventually migrated down to Key West, which is now Dante's. But back in the day when Monty's, he did basket seafood, and it was packed every night, even though the place was, kind of like the House of Music on the inside. But we're going to pick that up.
So you're going to really feature local seafood, fresh local seafood.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's really cool.
And it's going to be more healthy food too. We're not going to do so much, fried stuff.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about to where you're playing, can you give some of the venues you're playing in the Middle Keys? If someone wanted to hear the music today.
Well, we're at Sunset Grill and Raw Bar every Saturday in February. We're playing there this Saturday. We've been doing Cabana Breezes. Last Saturday we did the new restaurant at the Curve in Big Pine. We're doing a couple fundraisers in January. On the 28th, we're doing a fundraiser for...
This is for nonprofits.
Oh, yeah.
So you're helping out the community as well.
We're doing as much as we can. On the 28th, we're doing a fundraiser for a fellow named Dave up at Dockside in Marathon. He had a severe stroke, and he's unable to work. He's got to go through extensive therapy. That's from 12 to 4, Dockside and Marathon, down on Sombrero Beach Road. And then on the 29th, we're going to do the A-Bait chili cook-off at Coconuts in Big Pine.
Well, that'll be great. Well, Mark, do you have a website if anybody want to follow up and find out how the progress for the new Conch'z is open? Of course, to see where the band's playing.
Absolutely. It's twist8.com. It'll show our schedule. It's a little bit under construction. Our link to YouTube is not functioning, but you can see our schedule.
Well, excellent. Mark Peterson, thank you for joining us here on the Key West News Hour.
Thank you.